are on that boat. We can maybe even pick it up. That little craft behind Sue and Marlis is a fishing float. You keep it shaded, and they hang bait down under it to attract the fish. And then they go over there several times a day and just catch them quite easily. A beautiful day for this, and the diving should be great. Obviously, this is the way people get around in this part of Indonesia. We're just beginning our cruise here, and this is about as civilized as it's going to get, I think. Beautifully engineered fish traps, beautifully made. And there's no lack of fish here in this area. Natives live on them. We're just gliding by in our dugout on our way to a dive site. Don't get a lot of storms here. A lot of traffic. We'll have a traffic jam here pretty soon, I think.
Hello.
Well, we finally made the beachhead. I don't know whether we won the race, but here comes Sue and Marlis. Lovely spot. Yeah, I see some beautiful women coming now. See if we can get them to land on this beach. We've got so much dive gear. It's like we'll be diving for months.
Oh yeah, I want to be ready to go as soon as he says so. There's another thing too.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Wash day in Indonesia. A lot of this goes on. Just had a great snorkel trip. Diving was the nicest I've ever seen. And we're on our way back. Just stopped at a river here. Very pretty. This is obviously the dry season. Everything gets washed here. Wood, clothes, bodies, you name it. I don't know whether it's better to be upstream or downstream. We're taking a ferry back across to the main island here in this area, back to Ambon after some diving. Kind of fun. Interesting craft. TV, American TV. I'd like to watch it myself. That's what we've been doing the Ambon race with. Susan, a local friend, and Rob, on a boat, called Caviar. of a mountain in Ambon, Indonesia. Lovely town called Toya. Came all the way up in a Jeep. We're climbing the rest of the way. I don't know how these folks get up and down. Very pretty. But that's kind of the favorite mode of travel, and that's the way things get carried around here. No roads up in here. Very friendly people. It's been a great day. Kids are more fun. Have to get some pictures of them. Be right there. Supposed to be a Raja something or other way up here. The path is narrowing, and I'm running out of steam, but I hope we're coming up there soon. It's steeper and narrower, but we'll keep walking.
The other side.
Whew. I don't know whether the pounding of my heart comes through to this recorder or not. Well, that was a bit of a climb. You all right, Ray?
Fairly around.
What is it?
Polarizer? Unscrew?
We recall it, that's where we were, and it was an exhausting climb. I wish the climb down was over, but it ain't. Well, we're still heading down. Very lovely area, though. Hi! Hey, look at that! Some explanation. Oh, almost went in. We're on the island of Sulawesi here, in Indonesia, of course. A little village off an island called Buton, and we're in the Buton Strait. And we're going for a swim with the whole village. And some of them haven't seen soap like this, shampoo, and they're just having a big time. We're having a big time. We got all the kids in this particular village chasing us. That's Roland. We're a little overwhelmed by it, but got a lot of movie stars here. Hello, hello. But we're having a big time, I'll tell you, and this is the way it is. When you come ashore, you think you've just discovered an island and they've never seen a white person before. It's quite a deal. A lot of fun, quite different. Very, very friendly. Indonesians just couldn't be nicer. Really going to be a great 3 months, I think. We just finished the Ambon race, and we won our division of 19 boats, and we're kind of thrilled about that. And then we left Ambon and went about 350 miles to Sulawesi and hit this little area which we'll spend a couple of days in. Okay, you guys, we'll turn it off, huh? Good job.
Yeah.
Washing's taking place.
How's it going, Rob?
Rob, you have to turn around for a minute.
Where are you? I can't even see Rob.
Or
All I
Susan.
can see is kids. We have some people doing wash, but we can't see either one of them. Rob and Susan off Caviar are trying to do their wash, but all we have are kids. Well, I see Rob's hat, but that's all I can see.
Well, maybe if I go back,
Yeah,
we can go back and clear a swamp.
yeah, I'll turn this off for a minute. Man, how is it going? Yeah, he really wants to mess it up. He'd rather mess it up. Well, I think the washing is getting done, but it's really hard to tell. It's really a lovely spot. And Jim just took some pictures of us swimming. That's looking down the river.
Hey, there's a boat.
Where is the boat? Yeah, little boat. A punta. Okay, we'll fade out on the boat.
Yeah, there's a boat. Now, we're at a market, as you can imagine. And we're having a big time, and these are great guys. And we just showed our camera. Kind of tough to get a picture because there's so much interest in us that I can't get over the heads to take it. Well, it's a deal. We bought quite a few things: tomatoes, little tiny ears of corn, some greens. Rob on caviar, an instant movie star. But in the background are the boats that have come in from last evening's fishing, and you can see the lights on the boats that they suspend. They're very bright kerosene lights, a little like Coleman lanterns. We've seen them in the Mediterranean as well. They fish all night in these dugouts. This is Sunday, and they all come in for the market on Sunday at 7 a.m. Really a neat spot. We'll probably leave tomorrow. Very friendly. I promised to go to the local school where they teach English, and we'll try to learn a little more Indonesian. The same, that's Horst and Traudel from Germany. Rob with his back to us. There's Horst. Hey, Horst.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. You have a good trip?
Yeah, very good.
You become a movie star overnight.
What?
A movie star.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Well, obviously, we're still at the market, but this fellow is selling oil which heals wounds. And just to prove that it works, what he does is cut himself with a razor, and he puts the oil on the cut. So if I can get past the crowd, I'll try to get a picture of it. But I've heard about that. In these small villages, that's what they do. He's sort of the medicine man of this town. Under his right shoulder is where he cut himself with a razor a few times and put the oil on, and this fellow's a guy that collects the money and gives out the magic potion. Just like Times Square. I haven't seen any watches. I don't see too many people buying here either. That's Scotty.
Yes.
And Celia coming in here.
Please, I want to look again. Yes.
We're about to leave.
I'm going to go back to work.
And
have a breakdown on the boat.
We're the biggest thing that's happened to this town in quite a while.
Where we come from? Oh, we live in New Zealand. You know where New Zealand is?
Take that picture, huh? Okay. Over here?
Scotland, England.
Okay.
We were born there many years ago.
Barracuda.
Barracuda?
Barracuda, we call them.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty big. But, yeah, they're barracuda. Well, now I think it's working now.
Minta jalan sama. Mau jalan dong? Foto mau jalan.
Oh, we're taking a lot of these pictures because first impression is elaborate, and you tend to get used to these things and don't take them later. Everybody's showing up for the market, and they generally keep things on the larger boats out there, if it's fish and so forth, and bring them back and forth. This is a big deal, market day. And we bought a big deal.
Well, your students are learning a lot of English.
And
They come and ask
we're
questions.
about to take the English
And that's
teacher
a good way to learn.
out to our boat, and one of his students, Tyrese is his name. And all for now, I think. Well, we're on the island of Buton in a town called Bau-Bau, or Buton, and we've come down the Buton Strait, which runs between the island and one of the largest islands in Indonesia called Sulawesi. Fascinating area. Not traveled so much by tourists, you could say that pretty quickly. This is a group of ferry boats. Everything is made of wood here, of course, and they run back and forth across this area, transport people. Some of them are as long as 70 feet. They're just hewn out of big trees. Lots of teak in this area, by the way. Behind those is a market, and we're looking at the back side of the market there. A bunch of character boats. This boat was on a very long line and came right up on top and ran into us last night. Difficult waterfront here. We haven't checked in. We got here yesterday afternoon. Fascinating town. A lot of boat building in this area. Everybody runs around in carved wooden prams. Very friendly. Indonesia has a population of about 200 million people. And I guess, as I recall, the United States has got about, 250 million, I suppose. That compares with 15 million in all of Australia. So the Australians are very concerned about the Indonesians and their need for space, although what we've seen of Indonesia certainly indicates they've got plenty of space. Jakarta will be a different story. That's the capital of Indonesia. And we won't be in Jakarta for probably 2 months. I read different numbers as to the number of islands in Indonesia, but most sources seem to indicate there are something like 14,000 islands in Indonesia. And from what we've seen so far, hard to find one that doesn't have some sort of habitation. Very, very friendly people, though. A lot of fun. A little overwhelming. The curiosity is amazing. When you check in, you have 30 to 40 people around you, and wherever you go, you're quite a celebrity. One of the most interesting places I've ever been. Well, that's all for now. We'll get some more. Finish off. That's the way everybody travels around here. And they just seem to run around with an outboard on these dugouts. We've been watching this boat, and there must be 30 people living on this boat. Cook their meals, as you can smell. They have a wood fire and go to and from with this little dugout astern. Waterfront, the diesel fuel source, well, you can't see it back in here. I think we'll wait till we get down toward Flores to get fuel. Pretty interesting.
Sitting in Buton, or Bau-Bau Harbor, and all of a sudden this monster came up from down there. We're at the bottom of the southern straits of Buton, and I don't really know where this guy goes. He looks a little out of place. I know Jim's taken a picture earlier, but we don't see too many. Maybe he goes up to this harbor, up to that, I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. Well, I'll keep you posted. We're at the south end of Buton, in a little fairly good-sized harbor, but no one comes here that we know of. There was a small town on the other side, and of this harbor, and now we're on the port-hand side. We're off soundings for most of the way in. This looks like maybe a lumbering place. I don't know if you can see. I'm close in, but there are a whole bunch of logs sitting there. And this boat is leaving, I guess.
We're in a little fishing village off the bottom of Buton. And really I want to get a shot of these fishing traps here. This whole village lives on fish. I'll give you a shot of the bay in a minute, but they're beautiful traps and an extremely friendly village. We came in last night and the entire town turned out. These are just works of art on a makeshift, well, not makeshift, but homemade dock. And they're really nicely made. Across the bay is the boat building facility. This is a low tide, and that's a head right there. They put them right out over the water. And across the bay, we'll go there later on. They build boats. Everybody lives, or most of them live aboard boats there. And at night, all of these folks go out in these little boats with bright lights and fish. So you've got about 50 lights, and it's really exciting.